Can we get some more subs so he can feel it?
Our next guests have probably created more fun and excitement with their latest single than any other recording this year. You probably hear it at every good party you go to. The song on the Bellmark label is entitled Whoop. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, give them some love. It's Tag Team.
This is Tag Team. Party people! Something like this. Party on fire, people, let me hear
I'm so happy we're here, finally. Oh, you're out in Georgia, right? Atlanta, Georgia?
Yes, ma'am.
How you like it out there?
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's home. I'm all over the world, so I'm on like 3 different tours.
Funny.
You know, people love their nostalgia. And because we're clean, we fit with everybody.
Vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop shakalaka, 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 shakalaka.
You know, 80s, 90s, old school, country, rock, doesn't matter. You can put us, you can put us anywhere. You got all the sports, NBA. Like I'm working on some NHL stuff now.
So you are doing voiceover work, and your voiceover work is pretty amazing. I was looking into all the things beyond what you already had told me, and I'm just astounded. There's so many things you've done. You've done Cadillac, you've done insurance company. Well, we can get into insurance in a minute here. We gotta go.
Vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop this.
Once I got the call from Geico, we put the particulars together. We start preparing it because I'm an actor and I understand commercials. First thing I came up with, I wish I had a spinning scoop. How could I do a spinning scoop?
Scoop this, scoop this.
And then I had some other ones. I learned these, dances that only people would know in Atlanta just to pay homage to my culture. People are like, I look at this thing 30 times a day just because it makes me smile. Every time I see it, at the end, I laugh. I don't know why. Hey, tag team, back again. And my whole life is predicated on DJing. So I always grew up knowing how to entertain people and how to rock a party. I did that well. I still DJ when we do shows sometimes, but basically our show is a mixtape. Like our show is pre-made and I do a new show every time, you know what I'm saying? Because I know what we're going into. And you just breakbeat it and have little skits and little party sings and crowd interactions. And that's why we've been around for 30 years, still doing shows on one damn song.
Now, what is your suggestion for somebody that, like myself, that is really working on the, getting the crowd going? What are some things that really pump them up? Like, I know you go, party people. I love that.
Party people!
Love that. That's where we're supposed to start this. How is that something, like, where do you just feel the vibe and you see something, you spurt it out? I mean, how is that how do you progress in that? Because that's
That's a
hard
good
to do.
question.
Thank you.
Well, yeah. So what I would do, I don't know, cause see, it's so natural to me.
True.
See, the music is the fundamentals, right? And the party sings, the vibe, the feel is from your voice. It's from what you say.
Yeah.
It's from your storytelling. From your, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could just say, all right, let's go. And they know what that means. Like you interact with the crowd in a way where you're entertaining while you're communicating. I've never been asked to break it down like that. And I think that's why I'm so effective when it comes to, because I'm a motivational speaker too. So I won't know what's
Until the
going to
moment.
happen until.
Right.
I'm saying you can always go feel the venue. You can always go see the weekend before, especially for speaking. But when you see what the crowd is, then you know. And if it's not that great a crowd, well, then instead of being disappointed that it's not a good crowd, that's your opportunity to practice. There have been times where we perform for 10 people, but the fact that I didn't care that we performed for 10 people and I went just as hard as I did where it was 10,000, those 10 people appreciated that. Right. But then it was all practice. So now I get to practice and practice things. And, it's almost like that's what you would do if you're practicing. There's
Yeah.
no crowd when you're practicing,
That's true.
right? There might be a couple of your friends there, stuff like that. So that's how I treat it. We practice. And when you have that mindset, like you always have to find the positive in the negative.
That's everything, I
So why
feel
am
the
I
same.
complaining because there's not a crowd? That's not my fault. That's the promoter's fault. And I know everything is about energy, right? So
Yes.
humanity. As a DJ, you have a front row seat to humanity. You drive the bus.
Notice as Tag Team conquers the energy of this crowd and watch as they hype them up. Notice the crowd's facial expressions, the show's hosts singing along, and everyone dancing. All signs they are enjoying the entertainment Tag Team offers.
And it go a little something like this. Tag team back again. Checking the record, let's begin. Party on, party people, let me hear some noise. DC's in the house. Jump, jump, rejoice. There's a party of it. Here. A party of it. There. Wave your hands in the air, shake the dairy. Yeah. These 3 words when you're getting busy. Oh, there it is. Hit me. Tag team. Upside down and inside out. I'm about to show all you folks what it's all about. Now it's time for me to get on the mic and make this tag team party. I'm taking it back to the old school, cause I'm an old fool who's so cool. If you wanna get down, I'ma show you the way. Woo, there it is. Let me hear you say a little louder. Woo, come on, y'all. Woo, shaka laka, shaka laka, shaka laka, shaka. Woo, shaka laka, shaka laka, shaka laka, shaka. Mass singer. Give it up for your host.
There it is. Y'all give it up for Tag Team. Whoop, there it is. Appreciate you guys. There it is. Good looking.
Beginning phases, I was just so focused on trying to get things right when I started. And then over time, I mean, you actually have this wonderful throne where you can project the things you want to induce into the world. And I agree, this energy thing is so huge, and people are starting to feel it, see it, and recognize that that's a very important thing. And you're right, it's always going to have a positive and negative, just like you're always going to have people that don't like what you're playing and some that do.
That's why I was always at the biggest club in Atlanta, because I made myself invaluable. You have to hire 3 or 4 people to do all the things that I do in just one person. Just the sheer viciousness of everybody wanting to be where I'm at, but especially back in the day. That's how I got my job. A DJ thought that I wasn't a good DJ, so he was like, "Hey man, you can DJ for me while I go run some errands." And you never do that, because I got on those ones and twos, head DJ the rest of my life after that. I was like 21 years old.
Weren't you cooking before that?
And whenever that happened, I did 2 orders of chicken wings and a salad. And the DJ was like, shoot, I could be lazy. Let me go up here. Let me get this dude, the DJ for me.
He changed your
Should
life.
never did it because it changed everything, right? And I did all the parties in college. I was always a good DJ, but when I moved from California to Atlanta, I thought, well, I don't know the lay of the land. I don't know if I could DJ here, but I do. Let me, see what it's about. But then I just lucked up, and 3 days in, I got a job. I never wanted to be a star.
Really?
Still don't.
What?
Yeah, that's why I love my life, because I don't get in my feelings when people don't recognize me. I don't get that's not what I'm about, right? And for me, that's better because I've learned over the years how to kill my pride and sequester my ego. And bless, I get to do a whole bunch of things. I'm an actor, you know what I'm saying? I do movies, I do television shows. Case number 9735, the state of Georgia versus Alexis Colby. The defendant has been charged with the crime of murder in the first degree. How do you plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor, by reason of sanity.
Thank you, Mrs. Colby, for that clarification.
Don't mess up my hair, Gibby. I got a big day today, man.
Hush, your afro gonna thank me. That is Willis. What you gonna do now you don't got out?
Try not to go back.
So you was singing too, huh? What you saying? I don't heard something before? Sit on my lap, Mississippi Pride. Put it in that jukebox, it ain't shit. Now this one here, this the one you need to put out on record.
Man, what's going on?
Got some friends that need a favor from me.
All right, what friends?
Them.
If it's the them I think you're talking about, why would they send you? Oh.
Do what they ask. Prove yourself. This could be good for you.
When did you get out?
2 weeks ago. Inmates for good behavior got on parole because of this virus thing.
What do you want, Melvin?
What'd I tell you about calling me Melvin? I'm your dad.
Being blood does not make you a father.
All I'm trying to do is holler at you. Shit.
I gotta go. Anyways, I have a date. What?
Prison got me thinking about a lot of things. Oh, me and your moms were so young.
Young? Were you young 3 years ago when you decided to barge into my mother's apartment drunk?
No.
You know, I don't have time for this. I don't ever want you to call me again.
I do voiceover.
Speaking
People
of,
hear me all the time. Don't even know.
Man has long dreamed of turning lead into gold. We dreamed of turning gold into platinum. Triple filtered, smooth finish. Introducing Bud Light Platinum. To open roads and roads less traveled, the Ford Bronco can take you places so remote you don't have to share with anyone else. As a barber, Metro's unlimited high-speed data lets me share my creations with the world. It's as simple as snip, snap, share, because it's all on the T-Mobile network. There's one way you can stay ahead of the game. Stay tapped in with the champs. NBA League Pass on DirecTV. Could you afford to spend thousands on an auto repair bill today? Protect your vehicle and your wallet and switch to America's #1 auto protection company, CarShield.
I like that.
It's still in here.
That's
My
question.
pride's in here and the ego's in here.
Yeah.
It's all in me.
But you're managing
But
it.
it's how I choose. I choose not to let it out.
Right. Okay.
I choose to control it.
That's
right?
important.
And it's easier said than done. But the way I do it is not to react.
Huh.
Like these are lessons that I've learned through the years, right? I don't react to things.
Good.
And if someone is critical of me, I'm like, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. But DC the Brain Supreme is saying, well, what if what they're saying is accurate? What would you do about it?
Change
And
something
that's
about
where the
them.
magic is.
That's beautiful.
It's not that you're doing something right or wrong. It's what if they were right? What would
Right.
you do about it?
How can I correct that?
That's
if
how
that-
you build your toolbox of life. That's a
Absolutely.
toolbox of life because you come up with a solution for that problem and you're not even in the problems, and you put it in your pocket. So when it does happen, you're not blindsided. That pain is there. That pain is there, but I don't react. When people do that, they're giving me the answer to everything I want. And I'm like, I want mastery. I'm like, what? I'm like, I want mastery. Now I know I can't get to mastery, but I can get in the ballpark. A mindset, that's what I strive for. So I put in the work. I will put in the work, and I will do whatever it takes to learn what I have to do to be successful at the thing that I want. So I take any challenge. And the reason I'm like this is because I learned a long time ago. You know, nobody's going to give you anything.
Right.
Nobody owes you anything. And don't nobody care.
Good point.
And when I realized that, everything's open. Every possibility is on the table, and there is always a way. That's how innovation happens. There is always something new happening. Always. I can wake up in the morning and just be like, I don't feel like doing nothing today. I just want to be lazy, but I do it anyway, right?
Yeah.
I've come up with a way to do it to where I can lay in the bed and still get, I laid in the bed most of the day today and got more work done than I would sitting here on, you know, because I got computers everywhere. So I can still work.
Do you have a mentor that has built you to this wonderful standpoint of continuing this on, or did you have somebody that actually built some vibe to strength to your vigor, that gave you that oomph that you talk to daily, or that gives you the motivation to keep going? Or
I like to think it was my parents. You know, there are people in my life that have helped me, right? You know, as you're young, but at this point, you know, I'm my own motivation, because I know that is hard, because my parents made me do chores. I had a paper route at 8 years old. I've always had a job. I've always been willing. I don't know what that feels like to not want to work, because I know that work pays off, right? Hard work pays off. So I will learn anything. I'm a part of 30 different organizations. This little phrase that I've coined, learn how to learn. It's not enough just to learn. You got to learn how to learn.
You gonna learn today.
I'm in 30 different organizations, because when I want to learn how to do something, organizations are filled with people who love their profession, that have been doing it 10, 20, 30, 40 years and can't wait to tell you everything, right? So I know that I don't expect anybody to give me anything, right? So I learn from people, and I do have mentors, but the things that I learn, I'm staying up on technology, right? I know that it's up to me. You have to, you know, I'm the type of person where it's just like, everybody gets what they want. So let me just put it all on my back, because ain't nothing gonna stop me, and I'm not gonna give up. If this person don't want to do it, it all goes on my back. Everybody get what they want. That's my mindset, because that's the only way that I can stay out of my head, keep myself motivated, because I know it's gonna be hard, and I want it to be hard, because I know that ain't nobody gonna want to do it because it's hard. I was listening to this guy today, and he was like, it took him 25 years to be an overnight success. And it's like, well, what do you call it when you've been just successful, and then lost a little, and then, but just like one of them roller coasters, you know, the easiest roller coaster at the amusement park that everybody can ride. That's my life. I just vow, when traumatic things happen, that I will educate myself that they will not happen again. We signed a messed up record contract. You know, finances weren't done right. I end up being a licensed commodities broker, right? All the things that have been traumatic, because people don't understand that life is baked in a cake. Things are going to happen. When something happens, just have to suck it up. Of course you're stressed out. Of course you're feeling that heartburn in your gut. You don't feel it up here, you feel it down there, right? And
yeah,
you just got to keep, but it don't last long, because I'm working my way out of it, right? I thrive in the upside down. If I was in Stranger Things, I'd go and get everybody out of the upside down, because I know how to figure things out. I'm constantly trying to find the positive in the negative, and that's where the gold is. Always.
Yeah.
Because people want to be emotional about things, and that's all right. That's fine. But I had to come up with another way. And, you know, for me, the clock is ticking. I heard Shaq say yesterday, only got 20 summers left. And I was like, wow, I've never looked at it that way.
Oh, wow. 20 summers. That's pretty specific, isn't it?
But think about it,
It's
but
way
as
wild.
you start thinking about your mortality when you get in your 50s, right? So when you start
Oh, I already
thinking
am.
about mortality, you're still young, so this doesn't even phase you, right?
Oh, well.
Because if you're like,
No,
I
yours.
got 40 summers left. That's a lot of summers. But if you got 12, 15, it's not a lot of summers left. And that's what
But you
makes
never
you
know.
want more of life, because you realize how precious it is, because you only get one. And summer is always the
Yeah.
best time of the year. Right? That's when you've always went swimming. That's when you've always gone on vacation. That's when you've done your
It's
favorite things in
beautiful.
life. So how many summers
Yeah,
do I have
true.
left, and what am I going to do with those summers? And I haven't
Right.
accomplished
Make every
everything
minute.
that I want to accomplish, and I want to live forever in history books. That's my goal.
Right.
And at some
You're
point
making a difference right now.
I have accomplished it, but I want to accomplish it in a way that, in other ways, versus where I have these things that teach people the same fundamental things that people 100 years before me were teaching, and people were teaching 100 years before that. Because if you look at the Bible, why do you think that book has lasted so long? Because there's valuable lessons in the
It's teaching.
Bible. There's a lot of practical things in the Bible that steer us, right? And
Right.
I want to be able to teach things
It's
that
true.
I've learned from my parents and learn from the people who raised me and the community that raised me, because I've been blessed. And the church and the community raised me, and everybody in the neighborhood looked out. When you got people looking out for you, keeping you out of trouble, that is such a blessing that most people don't get to
Yeah.
experience. So it's up to you, right? See, people don't understand it's their choice. No matter what circumstance there is,
Right.
everybody got a choice, right? You can either be like,
Yeah. And you
I'm
can.
gonna go hard, or you can be like, shit, I don't feel like doing nothing. Everybody got a choice. So I always choose
Yeah.
to hustle, always and forever. Continue to strive to be better. Just be better than I was yesterday. That's all.
More people thought like that, our world would be just in a wonderful place. And if you think of it like batteries, if you take the batteries and how you make the power happen and you were talking about the negative, finding the positive and the
Yeah,
negative, when you touch those two batteries, it makes something happen when you have
yeah,
the positives and the negative. So by you discovering that, you're making action.
yeah.
It's amazing. You're actually like majorly spreading some wonderful
I
energies
mean, it's just
every day.
practical.
You said you're doing.
Everything comes down to practicality, right? What's practical? What can
Okay.
I do? What do I have
Right. What
control
is?
over? Only thing I have control over is what I do.
Yeah.
Only thing I have
Yeah.
control over is how I react, how I feel,
Right.
right? Mental health is a serious issue, right? But there's people that use mental health as a crutch, and there's nothing even wrong with them. We all get depressed because that's what life does
Yeah.
to you sometimes, right?
Yes. Once
But
in a while. Exactly.
it does not last long, because I realize the choices are mine. The choices are mine, and I just push it back. And, my brother asked me this all the time. It's like, how do you deal with them thoughts? And I was like, dude, they're always there. They're churning my insides, but I have learned to be, you can do two things at the same time and keep it moving. I just came up with that,
Good.
multitask
Well,
my
that's
emotions.
that's wonderful. No, that's huge. That is
Yeah.
a TED Talk we need for
Mhm.
sure because there's so many people out there that just don't know how to handle. I mean, in relationships, I've learned a lot about people, and that is that people just don't know how to speak what they think and express themselves while they're having emotions. So just taking that moment to breathe and
Mhm.
think about things for a moment and then expressing how they actually feel as opposed to avoiding situations really could avoid so many problems
Or
in
just
this
have constructive
world of relations.
conversations.
Anyway,
But you can't
yes,
you can't there are gonna be times where you just have to agree to
yeah,
disagree. And that gut
sure.
gut pain inside is always gonna be there.
It's like, "Arr."
It never goes away, because you want to win your argument. You want to have your way. We all are selfish, all of us.
That's so
But
true.
it's like, arguing is about trying to be right, right? So I'm not about to argue with you because I don't have to prove a point. I know I put in the work to understand what I'm talking about. And going back to doing two things at one time, if I don't know something and I learn something new and I'm wrong, I can admit it. That
Yes,
is the most painful emotion there is. Having to admit when you're wrong, but when you do it, it gets easier, right? Like, All these things that I've gone through in life, like I care less about rejection because in acting, your job is to get
I was
rejected.
gonna say,
Acting is
oh, all
your
the
job in
time.
voiceover is to get rejected because it's not about
Yep.
you. You just weren't right for the part. You can't be right for
And
everything.
there's hundreds of other people,
Yeah.
right?
But the
I mean,
fact that you even
I
got
agree.
to
That's
audition, see, that's the thing. The fact that you even got to audition, that means you got picked. You got picked out of 50. You got 50 of you got picked out of 1,000. So the fact that I audition
awesome.
constantly lets me know keep putting in the work. And you get some here, you get a
Yep.
couple there, you get one here, you get one there, and you keep it moving.
You-
And all of a sudden, you become a little bit masterful at it, and people trust you. And when they trust you and know that you put in the work, then you don't have to audition as much because they say he would be right for this part because they've worked with you before and you've built those relationships.
Do you prefer acting, DJing? Well, I think you're going to choose DJing, so let's cut that out of
Like
this
all of them.
scenario. Do you prefer acting, voiceover, or marketing
So here's the thing.
out of all three?
I like all of them because if I do one, it becomes a job. Like DJ is not a job to me. Acting is not a job to me. Voiceover is not a job to me. Right. But if that's, all this, if I had a digital marketing agency, then that's the job to me. And I don't want to do that. Now, if I got a good
Right.
team,
That's
yeah.
what's
Right.
stressful.
But, I'm not trying to work like that anymore. But I get
Do what you love, right?
a bunch of things a little bit. My favorite thing to do is learn. I don't go out because I'm always learning. I get to go to Las Vegas and perform in front of 10,000 people. And then after the show, everybody's coming up to me taking pictures. So I get my fill of being around people. I get my fill of
Right.
my ego being fulfilled. I get all of those things. So I'm lucky in that way. I don't have to have it. I'm cool
Right.
just
It's just
but
fun to
most
have.
people can't, most people don't like to be cooped up like this. I go out and everything and I do my thing, but I am sitting here feeding my brain and staying up on technology because what happens is life passes you by. You cannot let life pass you by. And when life
So
passes you
true.
by, that's when you become old, decrepit, and your life has no I'm not gonna sit back and be like, well, I did everything, I did it big. Nope, you get one life. I'm riding until the wheels fall off. I'm always gonna be hustling. Always. Kids, I'll be like, what you want to do? What do you want to do? Because what young kids are gonna do, they'll be like, how much money you make? I'll be like, they ain't none of your business.
Oh my gosh.
But they're
Right.
honest, right? I said, well, what that got to do with it? I'm trying to get paid. I said, all right, well,
Oh my.
I
What
go
is
around. I go around. I
okay?
say, well, what do you guys want to be? What do you want to be? I want to be this. What do you want to be? I want to be that. I said, all right. So the best advice I can give y'all right here, right now, is whatever it is you want to be, type into your phone, how do I become A? And then type it in.
Yep.
Then that thing that you want to be,
Check it out.
type organization, society, or association after it. And you're going to get a list of organizations that's what they do. People that are in that organization who make millions of dollars a year, like you want to be. So all you got to do is pick up the phone to every one of those organizations and start talking, have a conversation. And this is how it's going to go. I show them, I say, hey, how you doing? I was looking at your organization and I really want to be, ABC. Why should I give you my money to be in this organization? What is offered in this organization? What makes you different from other organizations? And then they just start running it because we do this and this and that and that and this and that. And we got the resources and we can do this. We can get people who do your financing and boom, boom, boom. And we'll teach you. We got courses. We got this, we got that. And what the person on the other side doesn't realize is that while she's pitching you, she's teaching you. You go through 10 organizations and you get every ounce you do that for free and get everything out of them, you will have an understanding if it's for you or not. Then, after you have an understanding of what it is that you want to do, now let's see what you're made of. Because at some point, you have to get
Nice.
up off your ass and go do something, right? But at least you have a blueprint and a map in an organization
Where and what?
on how to achieve that goal, right? So you start off with baby
Okay.
steps. and you're gonna get better at it,
Right.
and you're gonna start seeing, and you go. That's why I'm in writing organizations. I'm in the Coin Laundry Association of America, International Entertainment Buyers Association, which is basically the whole global concert organization. And I know
Huh.
everybody on the board personally because I go to every conference, I
Wow.
go to every mixer, and I wear a big Whoop There It Is t-shirt, and they're gonna feel me. And I'm the only artist there always
Yes.
because artists think differently. Artists think everybody's supposed to do things for them. I'm in front of the buyers. I'm in front of Live Nation, Universal, all the talent agencies, all the booking agencies, all the casinos, all just everything, cruise ships,
Hmm.
Hard Rock cafes, Planet Hollywoods. They all need entertainment. Why wouldn't I be in front of the
True.
people who can pay me? That's what organizations
Yeah, an
are,
association.
right? So
Okay.
that's why I show up. And even if I couldn't go, I'm still going to be a part of that organization just to have the resources, just to be able to talk to the people, just to get the list of all the members so I can email them stuff and ask somebody to help me. My wits end, could you please help me? Please. I can tell you, everybody I've said please to, they've helped me and haven't charged me because I said please. I didn't try to trick them, didn't come up in a roundabout way. I was just like, look, man, I need help. Please help me. And they give what they want to a certain point, and then it's like, okay, now you got to pay, right? But that's cool because every person that does that. But sometimes people give me the whole thing, and then I go back and I go put in the work, and I come back, and now all the people that have done that to me, I'm on their level, if not on their level, exceeding them. Because I get to
Wow.
apply something totally different and it's custom to me. I get to apply to the music
Right. And,
industry. So they get to live vicariously through
and
me because that's how I leverage who I am. Not as, whoop, there it is. I'm DC. I've leveraged it as I am a intellectual on your level. I just happen to sing whoop, there it is. Leverage,
oh my goodness.
right? That's
Ah.
leverage. And
And the resources.
yeah, every leverage, resources, everything. Only thing I have to give
Right.
is me. I want people to see my character first, right?
You have a wonderful character,
Yeah,
by the
I
way.
want you to be wooed by DC. Then I'll let you
I
then
am, in
I'll
fact.
slide DC the Brain Supreme on there like the icing on the cake.
I'm actually absolutely astounded by your intellect. In fact, we come here to learn more, and that's enrichment to our soul, I believe. And you have got it pinpointed to the max. I mean, you're learning and you recognize how to learn and what to
I have
do.
no clue. I don't.
Oh,
I
whatever.
mean,
You're just
honestly, because there's so much to learn. Like
well, that's true
there are
too.
things
Yes.
there are things that I want to learn that I just can't get to yet because they're a mile down the
Yes,
road
never
because
ending.
I can't get to those things until I do these things. There's steps. Because then you
Exactly.
start going, if I just jumped over there, then once I come back here, like perfect example, the the pandemic screwed me up and the strike screwed me up. Them happening back to back screwed me up in acting and
Yes.
voiceover because I wasn't doing it
Yeah.
for a while, but I still eating because I'm still doing a million shows. But then my SEO stuff is popping off, right? But now I got to go back and reacclimate myself to voiceover and to acting because I've gotten a little rusty. So that's what happens. So when you jump to something over there, you got to come back and relearn all those things. I got to come back, relearn Photoshop and relearn all, how to edit videos and how to put together movie trailers and all the stuff that I was doing, but I used to do this stuff. That was my education as a club promoter because I did all those things. I had
Wow.
stuff that nobody else had because those owners weren't willing to pay what it costs to do that. But I was young and could do it.
Magic City?
Magic
Was that Magic City that you're speaking?
calendars. I was getting girls in magazine the whole nine, right? Because I'm a hustler. I
Nice.
think different. I think outside the box. I play offense because you cannot let life pass you by. I still have fun. Everything I do is fun. Going out
That's important.
not fun to me. Going to the strip club is not because I did it bigger than most people, right? What's fun to me is figuring out these codes. What's fun to me is trying to figure out a way that it serves
Neat.
me. What's fun to me is doing these podcasts because I can tell you, sitting here talking to you, I've come up with 4 different ideas. And now I'm better for it because you and I have met each other. You see what I'm saying?
Well, thank you.
That's I can tell my story 1,000 different ways. I can start anywhere, right? I can start anywhere. It doesn't matter where we start because it all comes back to my life and my life as an entertainer and my life as making Whoop There It Is. Whoop There It Is has enriched my life because I get to tell the story of my life. You know, Whoop, everybody thinks it was easy and it's not. It still isn't. I've had to pay.
Yeah, I bet.
But
I bet with the 2 record cut labels.
I've also acquired the ability to put all that negative stuff in it because I could have became an old bitter rapper. But I got the ability to put it all in the back of my head and do the unorthodox.
It's a treasure.
Work with the people who did you dirty. I can do that. Work with the people who I know how to block all that stuff out because getting my money is up to me. You are not going to stop my money. I value relationships, so I'm not going to just throw somebody away because, you know, we got differences of opinion or because they are who they are. They are the people who make me who I am because I don't ever want to be that way. I don't ever want to be, I don't ever want to have that energy, right? And everybody knows that I'm going to figure it out. They know that I'm going to keep going. They know I'm super positive and they hate some people. Man, people hate super positive.
Yeah, but it's crazy. They have got to be.
But hey, you feel how you feel. That's why it's called, they're called haters, right? And they're not even haters.
But that's terrible.
It's not even the fact that they're haters. It's the fact that it's not. There's nobody's at fault. That's just how they feel.
I think they just don't know what to do with that energy. You know, they just are not aware of it. So they
if that's how they feel, right? What if they were right? What would you do about it?
Oh,
that's how you combat all that.
A spin on things.
It's a spin on.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
What would not what they were right, but what if they were right? What would me, as the person with that change that somebody else saw, do about it? I'm not concerned if I am that way or any of that. I'm like, what if?
Right.
Then I get to come up with the solution that makes me a better man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And in that, you get to find out if you actually have been that way. You know, like by turning it around, you actually discover for sure.
You have to be honest with yourself. Sometimes you got to say, you know what, I was being a hater. I got to work on that. Right. So
I like that. That's a great lesson to learn. Thank you so much. Right there. That's a big tool that really can help everybody's life. Like that is something I'm going to use every day I get a chance. That is so, thank you. Yep. I mean, honestly, you just gave a gift of quite a tremendous value right there.
Hey, and I want to thank you for letting me come up here and run my mouth because I learn more from running my mouth. Call me DJ DC the Brain Supreme for a reason. And I just want to thank you.
Well, your brain is definitely
coming through, and
beautiful.
I want to wish you a very good.
Thank you.
And I got to get the hell out of here.
You as well.
Peace.
Okay, we'll talk again soon.
All right.
Bye. Party people. Come on. What time?
I got one better.
Can you do the party people thing?
Rico.
Oh, okay. Woo! Thank you so much. It was so wonderful talking to you. I really appreciate you being here, DC Glenn, the Brain Supreme Tag Team. Good night.
Can we get some more subs so he can feel it?
Dummy, I'm no bunny, I'm no sloppy boy. I never beg for no money. Funny. You run from me, no, I'm running, no, I pardon no one, nobody. Chop it right hand, chop it like a big bucket. You had the mic, now you can't drop it. Dummy once, nobody. I'm coming, sit down. I don't know what really happens at the end of the road. I don't know what really happens at the end of the road. I don't know what really happens at the end of the road. But my trip is mad. I ain't finished, I got loads. I think I'm up for the challenge to show I got me some mileage. I bought a car and a cottage. I got you sand in my baggage. Got a list in my bucket. Squeeze the sponge, drop the pocket. I fit in any socket. Close the door, I'm a nut.
I have so many questions.
Got my ticket, I'm a flea. Sell it overseas. I just blink and get a fee. What ya think of me? I don't know what really happens at the end of the road. I don't know what really happens at the end of the road. I don't know what really happens at the end of the road. But my trip is mad. I am finished, I got love.
Early I got seen but I burn in the sun and never missed one shot.
I'm sick as a gun, I got mortal friends. I'm dead as they come, like, hey, I'm on the way. I left my body in the mattress by the San Francisco Bay. No, there's a cop named Mordecai behind my pirated Mercedes. When we crash, I hit the ER. This is a thriller. I did it for the PR, I did it for the VR. I didn't know when there's a dynamo back in the back of the fridge. I go pack it up, my triple attacking battery as in my stacks in the cab. Menagerie cracking, my doggies run packs. I just tell them to back it up, back it up, back it up.
I don't know what really happens at the end of the road.